in case you're wondering, my my ankle still hasn't healed all the way. Still some cuts on it, and still hurts a little bit. It's been almost, I guess, how long's it been? Week and a half. A week and a half. I think it was Saturday that I crashed my bike on a rocky cinder road in Montana. Wow, could that have only been a week and a half ago? Could that have only been a week and a half ago? I think it was. Maybe it was longer. Maybe it was 2.5 weeks. It must have been. Then why isn't my ankle healing? Seems like it should be healed by now if it was 2.5 weeks, but it's crazy anyway. Hello, Victor. Hey, somebody followed the live creator. Thank you so much for that. Uh-oh. I've been alternating my live shows between TikTok and another social media platform. And on TikTok, they don't have a clock. Sometimes I forget to have my watch on. I like to know what time it is while I'm doing my live show. It's very important. You never know when duty calls, when you'll need to hustle off and go attend to something very important. Even on a Monday morning at 5:27. I set a little goal as I was getting my setup this morning. I was going to finish this water during my show. So let's make sure I do. Remind me. Good morning, Mosey. And good morning to you. My name is Ken Tracy. And this is Coffee with Ken. It's Monday morning. It is August 12th. Wonder if there's ever going to be a time that somebody rewinds all the Coffee with Ken's. That's me being rewound. It'd be really funny if I had done it longer and I started my show when I had hair and you could see my hair as I'm being rewound. And I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about. But as I'm being rewound, the hair growing, and all of a sudden you look back at Coffee with Ken from 40 years ago when I was 16 and I had a full head of hair. But alas, that won't happen because I've only done my show for about 5 years. And when I started doing my show, I was bald. I was living in a dark apartment. I was missing the woman of my dreams. Or no, the woman. She was a woman of my dreams. In a dark place, not feeling good. Feeling beaten down by the world. And had a lot of negative thoughts. And what I have realized in the last 5 years is the world doesn't change. The world doesn't change. It's going to still come at you with fists a-flying. And you're going to hurt your ankle, and you're going to have struggles at work, or struggles with a loved one, or struggles with an individual that you come across as you go through life, or just struggles. But what does change and what can change is the person you are and how you respond to those challenges. And I was laying in bed just a minute ago thinking about my day from yesterday, going, holy crap. There's a couple moments in that day that were really hard. Do I want to do my coffee show? Do I want to talk? Am I going to feel like laughing and smiling and being me? And as I laid there, I go, huh? There were a couple of moments in the day that were amazingly hard. But there were a couple good moments too. And I don't know, started thinking about the good moments and realizing that there's more good moments ahead. And as my dad told me once, and God tells me every morning when I'm struggling, well, keep going. So here I am. But anyway, again, it's Monday morning. It's August 12th. It is early. It's 5:32 a.m. 5:32. What are you guys doing awake? Shall be sleeping. Sleep is very important for a healthy mind and body. But anyway, it's 5:32 a.m. And for those that have been watching a while, you know, good morning, RJ. You know, this isn't just a show about me talking. Oh, no. You guys are going to be almost disappointed. I almost feel bad RJ's hopped on. I love RJ. He's one of my longest or most consistent viewers. Maybe not my longest, but certainly most consistent. He cares about what coffee I'm drinking and what food I'm eating more than most of my viewers. And he's going to be disappointed because I'm drinking the same coffee I did yesterday. And I will tell you what, I went to the grocery store yesterday evening after various very challenging things happened to me. But a couple good things happened as well. But anyway, I was at the grocery store. And I'm staying at an extended stay. I don't know how long I'm going to be here. I've extended my stay through this Friday and may extend it again. We don't know. We never know where the day is going to lead or life's going to lead us, of course. But either way, I have a couple bags of coffee already in the room. One dark roast Sumatra, one pumpkin spice from Starbucks as well. And there was a sale at the grocery store I was at, and it was buy 2 bags of coffee for like $7.99. I mean, it was 2 bags, $7.99 each. And there was the pumpkin spice. And right next to it, there was a kind of a browner orangish bag. And I go, huh, what's this? What is this brownish orange bag? Hello, Lisa. And looked at it closer, and I forget the exact flavor, but I think it said like toasted butterscotch. And I said, huh, toasted butterscotch, you don't say. That sounds delicious. I bet I'd really like that tomorrow morning. And then I thought about it, and I go, well, I already have 2 bags of coffee in my extended stay hotel room where I'm staying through Friday. That's less than a week away that I'm committed to this extended stay. Maybe I don't need to be buying excess varieties of coffee. I mean, maybe I kind of wish I would have, because honestly, it was only $8. And there must be some level of disappointment that's not the coffee I'm going to be drinking in about a minute when I take my first sip. And for the $8, it would have been worth it alleviating the disappointment that you, as my beautiful audience of 29 people or 24 people, are witnessing in front of you, play out in front of you right now. But alas, I did not buy the toasted butterscotch, but I bet it'd be pretty good. And I bet it'll still be at the store. I may or may not go to the store again today. I stocked up for enough little food things that I probably don't need to go to the store. Oh, I got more stories to tell, but hold on. For those that have been watching a while, you know it is not just a show about me talking. Somebody said they missed yesterday's stream. Well, I alternate between here on TikTok and a different social media platform. But I usually repost all my videos on all the social media platforms. And yeah, you never know with me. RJ just wanted to know if it will be one sip or two. You know, I could really go both ways. You don't know. But anyway, I am excited to have my first sip at this early hour. My hope is wherever you are, whatever you're doing, that you have a hot cup of coffee in front of you as well. Cheers to us. I think the real reason I didn't buy the toasted butterscotch wasn't the money and wasn't the fact. I mean, it certainly had something to do with the fact that I'm staying at an extended stay. But it was probably for the fact that I knew no matter how nice it sounded, I don't think it could have been any better than the pumpkin spice. That last sip was for you, travel buddies. That last sip was for you. Travel buddies, mid-streamed, hopped on and said, go for three. He threw down the gauntlet. Or not threw down the gauntlet. Threw down the glove. I don't know. Challenged me. Machoed me. Peer pressured me, if you will, into having an extra bonus sip of coffee. And just in case anybody out there is wondering if I could do a fourth. Oh, yes, I can do a fourth. But anyway, it is Monday morning. It is Monday morning. I feel the days are getting a little shorter. I look outside my window. And yes, I've only been here about a week and a half, but I feel already during that time I can see the day getting a little shorter. The sun's barely, it's still almost dark out. I mean, sure, there's some lightness off to the east. And sure, I have a wall that would block the sunrise. But I can still see above this tree-ish, it's a tree, but it's not a gorgeous tree. I have a tree-ish thing outside my window. And looks like we're going to have a blue sky morning with the sun rising. And it's amazing how the sun rises and how beautiful the sun is and the miracle that is life and the miracle that is the world. And at the beginning of the show, I brought up two particularly, I didn't specifically mention them, but I kind of generically referred to the challenges that hit me yesterday, the two difficult moments. And RJ says there's going to be meteor showers tonight, 100 per hour. Well, that'd be cool. But anyway, as I was riding through my day yesterday, I realized, and I'd faced two very challenging challenges. I'll tell you what, I don't like to toot my own horn, or maybe I do like to toot my own horn a little bit. But I think I had two things happen to me yesterday that would have broken a lesser man. They would have broken a lesser man. And I'll tell you what you see in front of you is not a lesser man. It's a man that still struggles. It's a man that still cries. It's a man that still feels and still hurts and still wishes things were different. But it's also a man that has learned over the last 5 years plus that things aren't different, but how we perceive them can be different. And you're seeing a man who's been knocked down. Oh, have I been knocked down? It's funny. And but I've gotten back up, and I continue to get back up. And twice yesterday, I had kicks in the ass, if you will. And I got mad, and I was disappointed, and I was hurt, and I was sad, and I felt a lot of yucky negative thoughts. But I kept going. And those feelings, well, I will admit, somewhere are still inside of me and still bouncing around a little bit. I kept going. And I woke up today and I thought about the good moments of yesterday, which I will get to, I promise you. They were just little good moments, though. But again, it's a matter of perspective, and a little good moment is only little because that's the value you put on it. And the difference between a little good moment and a glorious good moment is how you perceive it. And my two good moments yesterday that kind of made me smile yesterday, or to this morning as I was getting up, were the memories I had. I stopped by my ex-wife's house, and I took my kids to the playground for a little while yesterday morning. And they're cute and they're beautiful, and one's named Augie and one is named Eve. And one is coming up on 2 years old, and the other one's just about 3.5. But they're the same size because Augie has Down syndrome, and he's the sweetest little nugget of love. And Eve's a beautiful little girl who's going to be best friends with her older brother Augie probably all her life. And I'm going to get watery-eyed just thinking about it. Yeah. But anyway, I stopped by my ex's house, and I picked him up, and I took him to the park. And, it was a little chaotic. They're toddler-ish type people. Kids, babies. And they toddle in different directions sometimes. And sometimes it feels like you're, I don't know, herding cats or whatever the expression is. They go off in different directions, and there's a road over there, and they don't know not to toddle towards the road, or they'll toddle towards the equipment, which I generally give them more leeway than some parents might, and but still worry nevertheless and fret that they'll fall off and hurt themselves. And Eve seems to have a good understanding of the playground equipment. Climbed up the stairs and toddled over safely, be away from the gaps in the equipment where she could fall, which, believe me, I didn't want happening yesterday. Oh, no. And you never want that to happen. But made her way to the slide that was fairly age appropriate and kind of turned her around and slid down on her belly, and I thought that was cute. And I brought over Augie and put him on the top, and he slid down, and the static that, what it is when kids are going down a slide kind of caused his hair to go up. It was cute. And then one of them toddled over to the little two baby swings that were next to each other, and the kind that strap them in and have the holes for the legs and what have you, and plopped them in and pull them both back like this and then let them go, and made various dad noises. And they were giggling and they were laughing and they were having a great time. That was one of the moments that stood out to me. The next moment, and it happened actually earlier, I was out in Yellowstone for the previous couple months working as a waiter and working at Yellowstone. And Yellowstone, I might not be a national park guy. I am a national park guy. I am. I like beautiful things. I like mountains. I like geysers. I like bears and moose. But I'll just tell you, it's different when you live there and you're going, huh? There's a mountain. There's a bear. Yeah, I saw one of those yesterday. Be there next week or next month or whatever. So it wasn't for me. And anyway, I came back a couple weeks ago and have loved being back and loved being in Naperville, which is a town just west of Chicago, and have loved being back. And last week I missed so many things about Naperville and home and green grass and green trees and my friends and the people I know and the restaurants I go to and the Starbuckses and the employees at the Starbuckses that I know. And I'll tell you what, there's like 10 of them in my rotation that I'll go to, and I'll pop in at any moment. I'll know several people there, and it's kind of fun. It's like Cheers. I'm like Norm from Cheers, except it's coffee, and it's not the same bar every day. It's different ones. Maybe I have a Starbucks problem. But anyway, one of the things I'd missed was going to church here in Naperville. And I go to a church called the Yellow Box. And it's a Christian church, and it's a nice church. And over the last 5 years, I've been going to it fairly more often than not, I would say. More often than not. And have really enjoyed it and found a lot of goodness and a lot of peace, and enjoyed the music and enjoyed the smiley faces and enjoyed Gary with 2 R's, who holds the door open for me on a Sunday morning and always has a couple kind words. For the record, I'm walking into the church expecting some huge homecoming, expecting the crowds to cheer for me, the people to go, "Hey, Ken, welcome back." You know what I got? First woman I see is, "Where's Augie?" I go, nobody even cares about me. Again, I'm just a human that, they don't even know my name. I'm just a human that carries around my cute little angel of love, or nugget of love, Augie. That's okay. If my role in life is just this being that carries around my nugget of love, I'll be that being, because he's super cute and makes people smile. And it's fun making people smile, even if you're not the one doing it. You're just the one carrying the thing that makes the people smile. But Augie has a gift, and Augie's gift is making people smile and making people feel good. And just one of the things I love about him. But anyway, I didn't bring him to church yesterday. I went by myself and had an awesome service, and it felt so good being back. Saw a lot of the smiling faces, heard some good music. I talk a lot on my show about habits and the power of habits and how habits make the man or the woman, but I'm a man, so habits make this man, and habits make you as well. But and how I try and instill good habits into my daily routine, whether it be making the bed or thinking about gratitude or saying a little prayer or what have you, before I start my day, and remove the bad habits, the drinking, the smoking, the gambling, the swearing, the leaving litter on the ground. And so I talk about it a lot. And one of my good habits I've known is going to church on Sunday mornings. And not that I'm the most spiritual, and not that I'm the biggest believer, and don't own a Bible, and never read the Bible, or what have you. But I'll tell you what, going to church on a Sunday morning is probably one of my best habits because it stirs my emotions. It makes me smile. It makes me feel welcome and makes me feel home. And sometimes will move me to tears. And yesterday I went through the service. They're talking about habits and saying it's not hope that changes a person or alters a person, it's habits. And the message was so similar to the ones I've been sharing on my show over the last 5 years about how habits make the man. I thought there might be a reason. And I thought they might be onto something. I thought maybe the pastor might have watched my show and organized his sermon for this mega church around my show's message. But then I realized it probably wasn't. It was just a coincidence. But it was just starting out that series. And I said, wait, this is going to be good. I love habits. I love good habits and adding good habits and removing the bad ones and doing good things and what have you. Good morning, Bella. And I'm sitting there, and the sermon's over, and the words are spoken, and the communion's had. And let me tell you, they use at this church these little cups, little prepackaged cups with a little bit of grape juice and a little bread wafer on top. I kind of miss the old-fashioned little bread wafer and little shot cup of juice, but that's neither here nor there. But as I'm opening it up, taking the bread and then having the juice, I was picturing Augie when I bring him to church, how much he likes when Dada, after he takes it, kind of pours the last drop of juice, and Augie loves it. Made me smile. But I'm sitting there at the end of, right after communion, and sitting down, and the, I forget, was it the pastor or the musician, started talking and asked everyone to stand up if they're able, and I didn't. I said, I'm going to just sit here for a little bit, because I think you do you. And I felt that I'd be most moved by the music, at least at the start, sitting down. And so I did. And the music started. I go, I wonder what song this is. And then the first line of the song started. And I quickly realized it was my favorite song they sing at church, and my favorite Christian song by the name of Build My Life. And it was sung and I believe written by a musician named Pat Garrett. And for anybody out there, when you're off of this show, I would Google Pat Garrett and Build My Life. And it's a beautiful, beautiful song. And it's a song that moves me. And I think even if the words weren't the words they use, it would move me. And just the tone of the singer and the beautiful voice the singer had, and the music and the build-in music. It starts really quietly and starts really slowly and builds up. And it wasn't a full house of church at all, but the lead singer's name is John, always does a great job, and I think he does an especially great job in singing this song. And it was beautiful, and I was singing along, and the people in attendance were singing along, and it was beautiful. And again, the song's name is Build My Life by Pat Garrett. So let's have a little more coffee. Oh, RJ wants to know if I always sit in the same spot. You say, yeah, good question. I started out, I was going there 5 years ago on the right side. I've meandered over to the left. I don't always sit in the same spot, but I'm a creature of habit, like we all are, and like the sermon was about yesterday, and what have you. But I noticed, and the pastor always sits at the beginning in the same spot in the far right and the front row. And I noticed there was a couple rows behind him that were empty. And during this, at the beginning of the service, I thought about going over there and sitting in one of those empty rows. And maybe the thought crossed my mind, if I sat there, more people would come down and sit near the front and not feel like they need to sit in the back because it's easy to get out, and maybe feel closer to the service and closer to the message, and I don't know, just closer. Well, we got people hopping on and following the lives. We got RJ asking, are all comments welcome? I think you're doing a good job, RJ. I don't think we need to mess up this morning with people that want to mess up this morning. So I think you're doing a great job. Good morning, Kelly R. Good morning. How are you? I appreciate it. Hello, Julie Savage. Well, we might get him again. We're having a nice show. We're having a nice show. But you know what I'm not having? I don't know how long I'm going to talk for you today. I don't know. It's just me is hopping on from Arizona and saying it's 4 a.m. in Arizona. I guess it probably is. On a Monday morning. So weird. It doesn't feel like a Monday. It feels like a Saturday or Sunday. And again, as somebody that's been a realtor or a waiter or even a stockbroker with sort of a flexible schedule, I don't know, sometimes the days kind of blur together. Sometimes life kind of blurs together. And the thing that sets them apart are the activities we do during the day. And obviously yesterday, because I went to church, stands out because it was Sunday, which seems like a really good I don't even know where I was thinking. Travel buddies. I hear Starbucks pumpkin spice is out. Oh, it's funny. I was at Starbucks yesterday. Imagine that. I was there twice yesterday. I was there twice. I think I was there twice. I'm not above going to Starbucks twice. And I was telling the young lady who was taking my order that I'm how much I love pumpkin spice. And they are assuming I'm talking about the pumpkin spice latte. I'm not. Pumpkin spice latte is pretty good. But they're all good. All those fancy schmancy drinks, the cafe mocha or the vanilla latte or the pumpkin spice latte, they're all pretty good. And but when I say I am a pumpkin spice fiend, as RJ just mentioned, it might not be worth $6 or $7, and it may or may not be worth $6 or $7, and I'll leave that to the discretion of you. But for me, as a guy that tends to be more frugal than less frugal, I don't want to spend $7 every time I go for Starbucks, especially if I'm going twice a day. And I'm pretty darn pleased just getting a regular coffee there and enjoying it and getting my water, which nobody has reminded me to keep drinking. Oh, it was so good. And get my coffee and editing my videos and doing my work and posting my videos and building my audience and building my life and building the lives of those around me and those that watch my show and making a difference and having a smile on my face and waking up early on a Monday morning and drinking some coffee. I'm going to go get a refill. I don't know how long I'm going to talk. Oh, I have something I want to share with you. I mean, it's not that important, and it's not even a good story. But the other day, I went to the grocery store, and they had two, what are they? I don't know. I don't know if they're still quarts. They're not the pints. The pints are like this big, and I'm talking ice cream in case anyone's wondering. They're not gallons for sure, and I don't know if they're half gallons. I don't know, but you guys probably know what I'm talking about. Ice cream tubs about that big. I don't know what size they are. I don't even know if it's metric or regular system. But anyway, they had two for like $8. And there was one flavor. For those that have been watching my show for a while, you know I have a little bit of a problem with top of the morning to you from Ireland. I have a problem with Ben & Jerry's Cherry Garcia ice cream. I have a problem with sweets a little bit. I really like them. And I realize once I have a little bit, I want them all. And sometimes I'll buy a party-sized bag of M&Ms, and I'll go to town, and I'll eat half a bag. And that's just a grotesque amount of M&Ms. Speaking of grotesque, they offer these tubs of ice cream, 2 for $8. And although it wasn't Cherry Garcia by Ben & Jerry's, it was a similar cherry chocolate chunk variety by some brand I don't even remember. By some brand, it is a delicious problem. By some brand I don't even remember. And the brand isn't relevant, but the fact that they were 2 for $8. And I, like you, when you go to a grocery store and you see 2 for $8, you wonder, what if I buy, will they charge me 4 for 1? Or will they charge me $5.99 for 1? And do you really have to buy 2 to get the cheaper price? So I weighed my options. I go, well, it's just me staying at the extended stay. And do I need 2 tubs of ice cream? Certainly, the answer was no. I don't need 2 tubs of ice cream, but I bought them because I did not want to risk being charged $5.99 for one singular tub of ice cream. And I bought 2, and it was a few days ago. And the first day, I brought them home from the store, and it was already kind of soft because I rode them home in my scooter. Got to town with my spoon, and before I knew it, I was about 2/3 the way done. And I said, whoa, take it easy there, Ken. It's a lot of ice cream. So I put it back in the freezer, and I finished it off the next night. You don't fear. But last night, when I got home, and it was Sunday night, I was relaxing in bed, I was pretty comfortable, I was feeling okay, and I had my dinner, and it was delicious, by the way. I decided to open the second tub of ice cream. And let me tell you, I did not use any restraint. And again, as I've experienced before, once I break the seal, it's almost a goal of mine to finish it. And whether it's Oreos or a huge bar of chocolate or a tub of ice cream or beer in my case, once I start, it's really challenging for me to stop. So I did not stop yesterday. I just kept going and finished the tub of ice cream. So now there's no tubs of ice cream left in my freezer. They are, you might as well finish it off. Because if you don't finish it off and you put the ice cream back in the freezer. It's almost, you can almost hear it screaming to you. Come eat me! I'm freezing in the freezer. It's knockoff Cherry Garcia. It's not as good as the Ben & Jerry's, but it's still pretty good. It's the sound the ice cream makes. That is the sound the ice cream makes as it's sitting in the freezer. And I didn't want to hear that sound. I did not want to hear that sound. So I didn't. And I finished it off. And I almost say that with some grotesque pride. Because I tell you what, oh yeah, it's probably a fair amount of calories. But if anything, I'm more concerned because my habits are really pretty good. And I work out regularly, and I'm an active guy, and I've lost 15 pounds. So if I put a few pounds back on, that's okay. And I know how to lose the weight if I gain it, so I'm not really afraid of that. And honestly, I just wanted the ice cream, and I thought I deserved it. And it tasted really good. So I went at it. So, anyone? Oh, so good. So good. But it's Monday morning. I hear the sound of traffic outside. I see the sky getting a little lighter. And I'm enjoying my coffee. I got started really early today, right around 5 o'clock. And I'm excited about my day. I have a big day ahead of me. And it's a day I'm excited about. A day off of work. But I still want to get a whole bunch of things accomplished. And one of those things, for those, again, since I talked about habits, is working out. And I'm excited to go to the gym and be there for, I don't know, half an hour, 45 minutes or what have you, and get a workout in and feel good and feel strong and know that I'm strong and know that I've dealt with a couple things that were challenging yesterday. But know that I'm strong and that challenges are opportunities to get stronger and that struggles are the reason you fall down in life is to pick yourself back up, and keep moving and keep rocking and rolling and keep getting stronger and keep getting better. And yeah. So I'd encourage you to rock and roll today. I'd encourage you to have an awesome, awesome day today and to smile at the sunshine coming up. And if you're struggling and you had a hard moment or hard day or hard issues yesterday, know that everybody has hard moments and hard days and hard issues. But if you change your perspective and you think about the blessings you have and the good moments and you focus on that, you can have an awesome, awesome day today. The struggles are going to come. The challenges are going to come. You're going to fall and skin your knee. You're going to get a flat tire. You're going to have a argument with a loved one. But if you keep going and you focus on gratitude and you smile more than you cry, at the end of the night when you lay your head on the pillow, you're going to do it with gratitude and you're going to feel good. And you're going to get a good night's sleep tonight. So want to thank you so much for joining. Kayla, great to see you. I appreciate you hopping on. And I appreciate you all hopping on. We've had a real nice audience on this Monday morning. I know we all got busy days today. I'm excited about my day. And I hope you're excited about your day as well. Hope you have an awesome, awesome day. Hope you had a great, great weekend. I hope you are feeling good. I hope you are loving yourself. One more sip of coffee. Oh, I hope you're forgiving yourself. And as always, I hope to talk to you soon. Bye-bye.